All right, class, let's go ahead and review section 2. So the way we're going to do this one is I'm just going to show you the left problems as a reminder because we've covered all of these already. And then you can use that to help you do the rest of the rows. And as you go, you can say, if you're working with somebody, if you're trying it, testing it out to see if you know it. All right, so write the next step in solving the equation using the correct property of equality. So if you remember the properties of equality, there's the addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division property of equalities. You have to do with the opposite of what's being done to x. So x is being multiplied by 2, and x is being added by 4. So I'm going to rewrite 2x plus 4. And then this is where you think, well, what's the opposite of plus 4? Well, it's minus 4. So we're going to write minus 4. And remember, whatever we do to one side, we have to do to the other. So bring down equals 3 and write minus 4. So we're minusing 4 to both sides. We used the subtraction property of equality. All right, let's look at the next topic, topic 3. A movie ticket cost $4. Sam spent $20 on tickets. Write an equation to represent that. So I would recommend maybe underlining what's important. So a movie ticket, so M could be my variable, right? I don't know how many tickets, but I do know that they cost $4. And he spent 20, so that's our total. And this is an equation. So remember, an equation has an equal sign. So that's the first thing I'm gonna write. Next thing is, I know he spent 20, right? So that's the total he spent. So whatever he did equals 20. And we don't know how many movie tickets, so that's going to be our variable. So I'll choose M. And then you have to decide, well, what is the 4 doing to the M? Well, it's multiplying. 4 times the number of ticket would give me 20. It doesn't say and, right? And would be our plus, so we know it's not plus. So it's going to be multiplying. It's per. Movie tickets are $4 each. All right, let's look at the next one. Topic 4. All right, so topic 4, solve for x. So I've got x plus 7 times x minus 9 equals 0. So remember, we're not going to do the box method because we're solving for x. And we have that equals 0. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line down the middle. And then we're going to make both of these two little equations. So x plus 7 is going to come over here. X minus 9 is going to go over there. And then that equals 0 is going to come down on both of them. So equals 0 here and equals 0 right there. All right, we've set it up. So now we're just going to solve it. The opposite of plus 7 is minus 7, right? So we're going to subtract 7 from over here, and we're going to subtract 7 from over here. So these 7's cancel out. We get x equals, well, 0 minus 7 is a negative 7. There we go. Another way we could look at this, so x minus 9 equals 0. Well, the opposite of a negative 9 is a positive 9, so I could just write x equals 9. Because the opposite of negative 9 is a positive 9. All right, let's move down. All right, topic 5. So we're going to be working on some equations. So we've got the distributive property in here. We're going to have to use that commutative property maybe later on. So let's take a look. So first thing, we've got to distribute. So 2 times x is going to give me 2x. 2 times 3 is going to give me 6. Bring down equals 4x. And then negative 7. All right, so I've got x's on both sides. I've got numbers on both sides. This is where we got to move those around. So the lowest number of x's is 2, right? 2 is less than 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides because I need all those x's on one side. All right, well, 2 minus 2 cancels out. I'm going to bring down my 6, my equal sign. Well, 4x minus 2x is going to give me 2x. and then bring down the -7. So keep in mind, we subtracted from both sides, right? So that's the subtraction property of equality. All right, now I've got all my x's on one side, but I need to get rid of that 2 and that -7. So I'm gonna get rid of that -7 next. Well, the opposite of a -7 is to add 7, right? So we're gonna add 7 over here, and we're gonna add 7 over here. 6 plus 7 is gonna give me 13 equals 2x, and then those canceled out. And then the last thing, I have to look at the 2. So 2x means 2 times x, right? I don't see the addition sign, the subtraction sign, or the division sign. The only thing left is the multiply. So we're going to divide both sides by 2 because that's the opposite of multiply. Those will cancel out. We're going to get x equals 13 over, let me move that up, 2 as your answer. All right, let's go on to the back page. We have a few left. All right, topic 6. All right, so there are 2 options to choose from for a vacation. Option A includes a hotel and food for $250. Option B includes a hotel for $180 and $20 every time you need to eat. Write an inequality to determine how many times you'd have to go out to eat for option A to be cheaper. All right, well, hope you saw that inequality word in there. So remember, when we see an inequality, we're gonna put option A over here, option B over here. We're gonna throw a box in the middle. So that's how we're gonna set up an inequality, always. All right, so option A, it says the hotel and the food is $250, right? It doesn't say $250 per night or anything. It's just a flat $250. So over here under option A, we're gonna write $250. All right, now option B, it says the hotel is $180 and, so $180 and $20 every time you need to eat. So we don't know how many times we need to eat. So there's gonna be our variable. But I do know the hotel is going to be $180 flat. So we're gonna write $180 and is our plus sign, right? And $20. And every time we need to eat, so I'm gonna choose the letter E for our variable. All right, so we filled all that out. And then the last part of it, write an inequality, determine how many times you would have to go out for option A to be cheaper. So remember, the cheaper means less than, so A will be less than B. So we're gonna point to A, we're gonna open up to B. All right, let's look at topic 8. Okay, rewrite the equation in terms of A. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna underline the A, and that's just there to remind you not to move it. We're gonna move everything else. All right, so I need to get rid of the B and the 2. Well, the opposite of a negative B would be to add B. So we're gonna add B to the other side. That negative B goes away. 2A means 2 times A. Well, the opposite of multiply is divide. So we're gonna divide the entire other side by 2, and then that 2 goes away. And we are done. I'm gonna bring it down just to clarify what we've got. A equals C plus B over 2. There we go. All right, topic 9. Adult tickets for the school play cost $8 and student tickets cost $7. The school play sold a total of $12.45. Write an equation that represents the situation. So major word equations, $12.45, 7 and 8, student tickets and adult tickets. So that's what I'm gonna underline. Oh, and let's not forget our and right there. So equation means equal sign. So we're gonna bring our equal sign down. I've got our total, $12.45, so I'm gonna plug that in. I know I've got 8 and 7. 8 means adult tickets, right? I don't know the number of adult tickets. So there's gonna be our first variable. I'll use A. So we're gonna use 8 times A, 8 times the number of adult tickets, and there's our plus sign, 7 times the number of student tickets. I'll use S to represent that. And then there we go. So this one's got two variables, adult tickets and student tickets. And there we go. All right, so we did the whole worksheet together. For the first column, I want you guys to try the rest on your own, and I'll be here to help you out.